Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Stepping into the Light with Julia Treat. That's me, your host, for today's podcast. I hope that what I have to share today will help you on your own journey. We are in quite an exciting time, and I have recently taken that turn, the turn into service, being of service instead of saving. It's something that I have been struggling with for a while. And if you've done past life work, like I've done a lot of, a lot of us came back so many lifetimes trying to save everyone instead of just serving and sharing and allowing them to, find the way to save themselves. Because what most of us are learning we are going through our awakening is that we are the ones that are here to save ourselves. We are here to change things, to make things better. And I'm just blown away with just this feeling of excitement and joy and peace, just being a part of this, creating the new. So I've really been LinkedIn and just saying, how is it that I can serve? What's the best way that I can serve? And, following the things that come across my path. One of the things that I've really been diving into recently is listening to people's stories about ASEA. Because there are miracles happening, even for people who chose to get the vaccinations. It is helping. Something is happening. And so I knew this was going to come. Like I knew this was coming down the road. I just didn't know when. And, if you don't know the backstory, Big Pharma tried to buy ASEA. And when the founder asked what they planned to do with it, they said they were going to shelf it. In other words, they didn't want any of us to know about it. That is a fascinating story, and you can always find that on YouTube if you just put in Genesis Story ASEA or ASEA Genesis Story. That's ASEA Genesis Story. So as I've been really, okay, I'm done saving. I'm done trying to save everyone, all right? I'm going to serve, I'm going to share, and allow everyone to be on their own journey. What I've found through this whole awakening process is that we can't force anyone to awaken. They have to do it on their own time, when it's their time. It may be this lifetime, it may not. Okay, but we are eternal beings and they will have their own awakening whenever that is for them. So I've been diving back into really listening to people's stories who have been using ASEA, and I've been attending the meetings with the doctors. When people say, "What are you certain about, Julia?" I say, "You know what? I am certain. One thing I'm certain of is what ASEA is doing for people because I am watching the testimonials, I'm listening to them. That is one thing I am certain of, that this is the miracle elixir, and that's what I call it. I've been calling that for years now because Michael and I have been on it for over a year. But if you listen to my podcast a while back, or you know what? It's when I was on Spiritually Raw with Jay and April. I was being interviewed by them. And by the way, if you haven't seen them lately, Jay was balding when I met him. He didn't have a whole lot of hair on top. Okay, he started using ASEA. He has a complete full head of hair. I just saw a recent video of him, and I was like, holy cow, man, he's got all his hair back. It's just fascinating. But I did an interview with them, and I was talking about my parents. And I did one about my dad, who had Parkinson's, and one about my mom. And I had started them, I got them on ASEA, and it was reversing whatever was happening with them. My mom was getting it was looking like dementia was starting, okay? I'm a speech pathologist, so it's something I am aware of and I do evaluate, but it was pretty noticeable that she was declining quickly mentally. And so I did these interviews and things were turning around and I was crying because I was so happy and grateful. Well, then they got their second booster and my mom had a negative reaction to it and she blamed the ASEA. She thought it was the ASEA. And so she stopped both of them from taking it any longer. And that was heartbreaking and heart-wrenching for me because I did believe that this was the hope that I was, the miracle I was praying for, as I had experienced in my own miracles and listening to others. Well, if you've been listening to me for a while, okay, my younger brother passed in October 2023. My father passed the day before my brother's service. My dad passed my brother passed September 11th, and my father passed October 12th. And just been, witnessing my mom declining very rapidly physically. No stamina, no energy, even labored breathing sometimes, and frequent UTIs. I'm talking like one a month, if not more. It's awful. She was just constantly on antibiotics, and I'm just sitting there waiting for the bottom to fall out. And I've been traveling to Kansas to see my mother and hang out with her and start to try to create new memories. Every month I go to Kansas for at least a week, sometimes 2 weeks. And so I'm kind of split. I've split myself from Pennsylvania to Kansas, going back and forth every single month and enjoying it. I'm enjoying my time. And Michael's taking care of the dogs at home while I'm gone, and it's good for them to all bond. But I finally got my mom to try ASEA again. I have been just waiting I don't know. I've been praying about it. Just give me the right time. I pray that she will give it another try. So my last visit, she said she would try it again. Now we did start on a very small dose, like half ounce in the morning and half in the evening, just because in case she was going to go through a detox, sometimes we can get a headache or diarrhea or a rash or something, but it's, in a detox, that's your body getting rid of stuff, but some people think it's a negative. So I didn't want her to have a detox reaction. I was like, okay, this is my maybe my only other chance to get her to use this stuff. So she did start it, and she's been on it, and let me think how long, 5 or 6 days. I was blown away, okay? Within a couple of days. Kid you not, she was already improving. Her voice was stronger. She was not labored. The labored breathing had disappeared. And that was a constant thing. She was always seemed like she was breathing heavy. What else? I'm trying to think of what okay, her short-term memory was becoming a very fast issue, okay? And it had me very concerned. And that has disappeared. She is no longer telling me things that I told her happened to me, and then she would tell me it happened to her. That's how significant it was getting. Okay? That has stopped. Okay? It's like the light switch has gone on. Like boom. And okay, so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful this week. Wednesday will be a week, I think, that she's been on it, and we're going to bump her up. She's going to do 2 ounces in the morning and 2 in the evening. That's what they generally tell everyone to start with, just so that you don't go into a massive detox if you have a lot going on. Well, and I will keep you posted, believe me, but I am, again, getting my mom back. Like I could cry again. So I will keep you in a loop about that, just so I can pass on the things happening for her. So I hopped on, something's guiding me, right? Just go on the meetings, listen to the doctors, see what other people ask, see what they're talking about. It's been a while, so I wanted to see what are people experiencing. And I asked, are there any testimonials for people that have been injured from the vax? Okay, are there any testimonials about that? And everybody was in the chat telling what numbers to go watch. So I'm going to tell you this because this is fascinating. Even if there is nothing wrong with you, I'm going to suggest you go watch this testimonial with this gal, because I think her name was Kathy. I just watched it this morning, and I was like, oh my God, everyone has to hear her story. And by the way, I have to thank Amy. Amy, I don't know your last name, that's okay though, but Amy reached out to me through my ASEA site. There's a contact me button, and just had some questions about what she should start with or And so we were texting back and forth. And I told her, I said, thank you so much for the God wink, because I have been, I'm back in this ASEA world of learning about this miracle elixir and what's happened in the past several months, because I hadn't listened to recent testimonials, and things have changed in the world, as we all know. So I thanked her, because ever since I've dove back into it, people are reaching out left and right. Hey, my sister, this happened to my sister. Some got vaccinations and some didn't. It's for everyone. It's for anyone. So I want to thank Amy, because she did give me that God wink, and I told her that. I said, thank you for that. And by the way, yes, I will text you or call if you need any help with this. That's how strongly I believe in this. I never used to give my phone number out to anyone, and I don't know why. I mean, maybe because people used to text or call and say, hey, is there anyone around me? Do I have any guides? Should I go out with this person? Is my mom around me? And I'm like, that's really not what, I don't do this on-call stuff for that, but I will help you if you are wanting to start this amazing journey with ASEA and start healing inside and out. So Kathy is, it's number 126. Her testimonial is number 126. And the website where you can watch it is realredoxresults.com. Just the word real, R-E-A-L, redox, R-E-D-O-X, results.com. You will have to put a password in. The password is redox, R-E-D-O-X. She talks about how she got her booster, and I think she couldn't walk or something. Like, it was significant. She ended up being diagnosed with something similar to what her mother had, which I honestly kind of guessed it was MS or something like that. The way she was talking, I was like, I bet that's MS or something. She went to specialists, had all the inflammatory response, all the markers saying that her body was completely inflamed, which is what is happening in the world right now. Okay, it's inflammatory response. She started ASEA, I think she said on her testimonial. I don't know when it was done. Oh, it was whenever the storm was in Florida, the big, big hurricane. I think it was hurricane. I think that's when it was. But I think she was on it at that time, 15 months. Everything went away. She's 71, by the way, and you're gonna be shocked seeing her face. When she said 71, I was like, holy cow, she's definitely using the gel too on her face. I know it, which I do as well. But everything is reversing. She was even getting ready to get off of her thyroid medicine that she'd been on for a very long time. Everything was reversing. So please go watch her testimonial, because we all know someone now that's suffering from something. Some of us who didn't get the shots, we have our own stuff going on that ASEA is helping me with. I mean, I had a lifetime of allergies. They are completely gone. I don't have allergies anymore. I had them my entire life. They're gone. That seems to be another big thing for everyone right now, is this allergic. Everyone has allergies. And I'm like, I don't though. I don't have headaches anymore. I don't have muscle pains. I don't even know if I believe in ascension symptoms anymore. Okay, I'm even not sure about that, because now I'm thinking that's our body screaming for help. I really have changed my outlook and my belief and feelings about a lot of things. Because then I started thinking, this whole awakening process, right, is what is it that I know to be true, and what is something I heard someone else say? Well, I don't know if ascension symptoms are true. I heard people started labeling them as that. They just use that term, but how do we know? We don't know. And so as I am finding my own way in this next, not even chapter, this next eon that we're moving into, I'm going to be sticking with what I'm certain of. No more of, I'm not sure about that, so I'm going to dabble in it or hang out in it, but I'm not sure. No more of that for me. Michael and I want the truth. We seek the truth. We're willing to watch and listen to lots of things to try to find the truth. We are not attached to anything, again, with complete certainty, except, like I said in the beginning of this podcast, I am certain that ASEA is changing lives in miraculous ways. Not only has it done it for myself and for Michael and our 2 dogs, by by the way. Macy and Gracie are on it as well. It's changing the lives of so many people, and they're getting on and they're talking about it on that website, realredoxresults.com. That Kathy, the number 126, the one that had the adverse reaction to the booster, she's just one story on there. I'm on there as I'm number 119, and I do talk about having allergies my entire life and that they are gone. There are so many others. You can there's one number 117 that is a naturopath who is seeing huge improvements in people's blood work who are using ASEA, and some vaccinated, some not. Okay, she's also seeing huge results in people that are on the spectrum, children and adults. Huge positive things happening. I'm going to share a few things. I was on a call the other day with a couple of the doctors. They did say, so these are the statistics, 90% of people who start ASEA are stunned by day 90. Okay, that's 3 months in. They're not, now some are stunned in a week. I'm going to start sharing some testimonials that, man, they were blowing me away. That just made me cry, tears of joy. So 90 days, 90% of people are stunned. Let's see, if you're detoxing, if you do go through a detox with your ASEA, it could be a rash, tummy upset, diarrhea, headache. Okay, less than 10% have that happen. But just know you are detoxing. It is not creating an adverse reaction in your body. It's helping you detox the stuff out. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so one of the questions was about hormones, all right, hormones for the doctors. And they said what they have been seeing is for hormones, it may take 6 months to shift the hormones. Okay, may not though. It may happen sooner, but it may take up to 6 months for your hormones to start shifting. There's a testimonial, it's number 9. This is a woman that she lost her memory and started ASEA and has written 3 books. There was another man, he was early onset Alzheimer's, 53 years old, I think he was, 50 something, young. Younger than me. And he started drinking ASEA and he had complete reversal. Now, his magic number, so Michael and I take 8 ounces a day. We both do. Throughout the day, we spread it out. It's best to take, if you can, on an empty stomach and let it be in there 15, 30 minutes. Let it work on your body. Don't drink water. Don't eat anything. Let it work on your body. I actually have a bottle of it in my bathroom up by my bedroom. And if I get up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom, which is maybe once a night, if that anymore, if I do though, I go to the restroom and then I down a couple ounces because then it's working on my body while I'm sleeping, right? It's nothing in my body but the ASEA. You're going to want to drink extra water or lots of water. It's going to help, it's going to help get everything out of your body that the ASEA is helping you release. Okay, so ASEA is the redox molecules that are already in our body. It's the signal between the cells, and that is what gets lost. When cells get damaged, that's where, now I'm speaking in layman's terms here. From what I understand, when the cells get damaged, it loses signal to tell your healthy cells, hey, something's wrong here. We need to get rid of these cells, flush them out, and birth new cells. Okay, that's the signal that gets lost. Mr. Virtus, that's his first name, Virtus Norton, I always say it was like, it had to be the hand of God, that because I know from the story, I heard the story, they tried, and it was almost like a fluke or an accident. They figured out how to create these molecules that are already in us. They are now teaching this at Harvard. Okay, they have started teaching this at Harvard, so even the turnaround in the medical community, okay, if you know where you're looking and what you listen to, you're going to see the changes are happening, right? The things are happening. We're going to be moving away from the corruption and the all about money pharmaceuticals to what our bodies actually need. We're going to move away from disease management, right, to this, I'm going to say miracle healing. So, let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about with this. So, yeah, as I'm leaning into how can I best serve, this is one of the biggest ways I feel I can serve is to guide you to what is helping other people heal miraculously. All right. Yes, there'll be someday that ASEA can be out there talking about this and giving details, but right now they can't. Like they say, the doctors will say on the calls, our hands are tied. Our hands are tied right now. We know what that means, right? They have to be careful because they don't want to get shut down. This is a gift from God. This is the miracle elixir. This is creating miracles for so many lives. I am going to post a couple more of the testimonials, but I'm going to I'll probably post the audio on my podcast and then the video on my YouTube channel. It's just Stepping into the Light, Julia Treat on YouTube. Because when you see these people, one gentleman lost the love of his life a couple years ago. And he said something like, I don't know how many, it was years, 13, 14 years previously, someone had told him about ASEA, or I don't know, it was several years. And he was like, no. And he said, I think he said something along the lines of, God will give you the message when you're ready. The message will come back around. And he started taking the ASEA, which for him, it totally eliminated his grief. He just could not stop grieving. And that's another thing I noticed with my mother. Since she has started ASEA, she has stopped sobbing in the morning. It was tough. It's not erasing emotions, all right? It's helping us heal, whatever that means. Every cell, it's helping our cells, which even includes our brain cells. And that's one of the first things I noticed too. She wasn't sad in the morning. She would always wake up anxious and sad. And she told me that. And sometimes she'd just be crying, and it was heartbreaking. That has ended. And she wakes up with a zest for life, excited about her day, looking forward to whatever's going to come that day. This is just within less than a week. All right? This can start happening, making huge changes very quickly. All right. I hope this was helpful. And if it's not for you, maybe you send someone you care about over to that site, realredoxresults.com. Remember, the password is Redox, REDOX. And on the left-hand side has all the things you can look up, whether it's discomfort, sleeping issues, spectrum stuff, you name it, it's on there. Weight, all the stuff. Click on it. You're going to have all the testimonials show up where people talk about that. Or else you can just stay on the home page and scroll down. Again, it's number 126. Fascinating. If this can help Kathy, when you see her story and what the vax did to her, then I knew this was going to come out. I knew this was coming. I'm celebrating. It's just, I needed to hear that it's helping people who got vaccinated, because I'm hearing from a lot of people who are suffering, either with they're so in so much discomfort, or they have zero stamina, energy, or they actually have very scary diagnoses. This is helping everyone right now. So you can check out ASEA or even place an order on my site. I am an associate with ASEA. It's just juliatreat.teamasea.com. There is a promo that is lasting until midnight tonight. Today is the 29th. If you buy a case of ASEA for the blue bottles, one case, 4 bottles, you get a free bottle of the gel. The gel is normally $40, I think $40. So you'll get a free tube of gel, and you can try that out. I mean, I get subscription. I get a subscription every month, and Michael and I both do. And whenever they have a deal, I actually buy an extra case so that I can get the extra tube of gel. Because there's some point I'm going to use those bottles of ASEA, whether, now that I've been flying to see my mom every month, I am drinking more the week, a few days up to my flying time. That few days before I take off, I am drinking more, just because I'm going to be on the plane with people and be around, lots of people in that recirculated air. So I just give myself that extra oomph. Oh, really quick, I wanted to tell you, in case you do want to try to give it to your pets. I don't know anything about cats because I don't have any, but I'll tell you how it works with Daisy. Wow. Daisy and Rosie. Those were my dogs before. Little hi from Daisy there. But I do give it to Gracie and Macy twice a day. You have to, it can only touch plastic or glass, so don't use any metal because it changes the molecular structure. All right. I use a glass dropper bottle that I ordered off Amazon. And not a dropper bottle, I use a dropper. And I put the ASEA in the little plastic shot glass that it comes with. Now, I trained them. They didn't want to do it at first, believe me. And I had to hold their little chin hair. I had to hold their hair and squirt it in their mouth and do this back and forth till they each get about 17 little tiny droppers, which I think I measured it out. They're each getting about a half ounce. But it got to where they just take it. They literally open their mouth up for me in this dropper, and I give them the ASEA every morning before breakfast, and I give it to them every day before supper, before their dinner. So they got trained that they do this and they get to eat afterwards. That's the best thing I could have ever done because they're willing, they were willing to take it. I also have a dropper bottle full in my bathroom that I put into my eyes. All right, everything in our body is made of, this is in our bodies already. So I use the dropper bottle for my eyes, and I do have it. I've had to use it a couple times in my nebulizer. I had to think of the name of that word. The nebulizer, I think it was like last year when I got a cold. I used it for that. I use ASEA for everything. Michael's spraying it on his head because he's starting to have a receding hairline, and so I will keep you posted about that. I showed him the pictures of Jay from Spiritually Raw, and he about fell over. I said, Michael, look at Jay. Like, Jay has a full head of hair. Thick. His hair came back in a year. I think he was on it for a year when I started coming back before then. But so we're using it in our day, and I'm using the gel on my face and any kind of things I have pop up, like a knee that sometimes bothers me because I had surgery at 19. Sometimes I just slap that gel on 3 times. 3 times within 5 minutes. That's the golden rule. 3 times within 5 minutes in your spot, and your discomfort will probably be gone. I do that before my yoga practice so that I have a better practice and I don't have to favor my knee for any reason. All right, lots of miracles happening, y'all. I hope that you are having your own miracles. Go get some ASEA. Send your family, your friends there. Give it a try. Again, remember the doctor said 90% of people are stunned by day 90, 3 months in. Stunned for multiple reasons, not just one thing disappearing, okay? Lots of things improving. The promo ends tonight at midnight, so grab that if you want to get the free tube of gel. Hit the contact me button on the ASEA site, on my site, if you want me to text you or call you. I'm happy to do that. Just go to juliatreat.teamasea.com. Even if you need help with ordering, whatever the case may be, if you want me to send you some more stuff, whatever you need, I'm here for you. I just want you to experience the miracles yourself. All right, I'm sending so much love your way, and I will talk to you soon. God bless.